Well, hello there, boys and girls, and everybody in between. Oh, wait. Um, Trump got elected. So I guess there's nobody in between anymore. So, anyway, welcome. Long time no speak. I'm sure you missed me. Uh, I am doing a test on the Riverside FM software, and I will be returning to do commentary on politics discussed by comedians and by independent media, uh, and on what has become probably the most important platform uh, for outrage, Twitter, X. Anyway, I also want to, Anyway, so yeah, I'm testing this out. Hopefully, it will all work out. I don't really have anything to say other than we could, of course, talk a little bit about tariffs. Reason I'm sitting a little weird is because I've had surgery and I can't on my shoulder and I can't twist the friggin' thing underneath my for the arm for the microphone. Um, um, so I have to I'm kind of like bent over and what anyway. Uh, Tariffs. That's a interesting little new thing, right? So let's immediately end this argument that tariffs is somehow not paid by you and me. Tariffs is a tax on the importing party. Now, economists like Jim Ricards, I think is his name. He would say that, or he makes the argument that tariffs, yes, he agrees that it's on the importer, but that the importer will then say to the exporter, "Hey, you have to lower your prices because my country has now levied a tax on you, and I want you to share in that." Now, yes, maybe they'll take some of it, they'll eat some of it, but they're not going to eat all of it. And you know as well as I do that even in a perfect world, they're going to make us end consumers pay. They're not going to cut into their margins. They're not going to cut into their profits. They are going to make us eat it. Now, am I saying that all tariffs are bad? Absolutely not. All I'm saying is that blanket tariffs on, 57 countries, I believe it is, levied up to 50% on everything is just idiotic. Really, it's dumb. Right? Now, some will say, "Hey, yeah, but this is all about reindustrializing the United States. And hey, man, if you don't want to pay that extra tax, just buy American." You're right. Except we don't make anything. We don't. So that's one thing. The other thing is that the things that we do make are at best equal to or below quality of what we get from other countries. It's just a sad fact. It just is. But no, all tariffs are not bad. But I can give an example of why these blanket tariffs are really dumb. The example is, if you follow me on Twitter, I've said, is coffee. Why the fuck are we putting tariffs on coffee? We don't grow enough coffee in America. Coffee, the growing of coffee is climate dependent. Only Hawaii and Puerto Rico, I believe, have the climate to grow coffee. They grow green coffee, and it's not, it covers like what we drink in a month. So why the fuck are we, this is not, we can't bring that production here, right? So what's the fucking purpose of that? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. The way you do, the way that it should have been done is systematically, right? We had to look at the industries that we need in America for national security, whether it is profitable or not to have them. Meaning we understand as taxpayers and as a nation, we need these industries in America, and for them to function, for them to produce and sell and function, they have to be subsidized in some form, right? So that's it. And then there could be other industries where we said, yeah, that's really something that we also want here. Then we build out the capacity. Again, we do that with taxpayer funding, cutting of red tape and bureaucracy, which is something I might want to do a video on, Elon, where he should have put his focus, right? We build out the capacity. We train up the workers, get them ready. The few workers that will actually, that's a whole different thing, but we build up the capacity in the most modern way possible, and that's why there's no jobs coming back, right? Because everything will be automated. And then when we have the capacity, then we leverage the tariffs on the products. I mean, if we give a shit about, if our leaders cared about us, the American people, like the elites, Trump and Elon and all these people, right? All of those people, they were the ones who benefited, or the elites of the generations that came before them, right? They were the ones who benefited from us moving productions to China, right? They got the tax subsidies, they got the benefits, they got help from China, they got help from our country. They got the benefits from that, and we, the working middle class, blue collar workers, we got screwed. And now that we figured out, hey, you know what? That's a fucking bad idea. You can't really build or have a country without a manufacturing base. That doesn't work. They're screwing us again to bring it back. And it didn't have to be that way. They could have built out capacity first, which would have actually produced jobs, right? Because we haven't automated building everything yet. We haven't automated any of those things. So a mass investment in building up the factories and all that kind of stuff for the stuff that we need to bring back to America because of national security issues and because we're now switching our focus somewhere else and we're not cooperating as much with Europe or whatever the reasons are, we're doing this. And then leveraging tariffs would have not hurt us. It would have benefited us. It would have given us jobs. It would have helped us give jobs for as long as possible, while then a real government would have thought about, hey, what do we do now post-jobs? Because automation is obviously coming. But that's, of course, not how it was done. It's never done that way. It's never done for the benefit of us, right? But freaking leave it to Donald Trump and Elon Musk to politicize and destroy something that there was absolute massive majority amongst Americans for that, yeah, you know what? We need to reform this bloated government. We need to have agencies that are relevant in the world as it is today. We need to cut away unnecessary bureaucracy and all these tests and surveys that are really just ways of siphoning taxpayer dollars out to our corporate friends that do surveys and all this other stuff so that we can compete. Anyway, this went on much longer than I thought it would, and I have no idea what I said or where we're at. Let me see. I did actually. Oh, yeah. So, awesome. So, let me do, excuse me. So, let me do a recording on, or I don't know if I'm going to cut this up or just whatever. Either way, Maha. Can we now agree that the people who followed Robert F. Kennedy, the Maha crowd, and all the people in the MAGA crowd, they say that say they are Maha, that they are full of shit? Can we just agree on that now? Because if you believe, as I believe, and as they claim to believe, and as Robert F. Kennedy has claimed, and his claim is true, is that our food is poisoned, that we have way too many preservatives in it, that there's way too much sugar in it, that there is that our facilities that house the slaughter facilities are unclean, that our cattle is sick, that we shoot them up with penicillin and all kinds of antibiotic shit. And it's making us all sick. If we agree on that, then why are we not objecting to the administration forcing the world to import more of our poisonous food products? See, this is where tribalism just fucking fails, right? If you believe that our food is poison, that it's poisoning us, that when you see the freaking 2 different ingredients things for whatever that cereal is, Twix or Trix or whatever it is, and then you see one from that's sold in Canada and the one that's sold here, right? When you see that shit, and then you say, "Oh yeah, now I get why our kids are going crazy and are losing and getting fat and obese." I get it, right? But then, because Trump is now putting tariffs on everybody and they're saying, well, it's because they're not buying our food products. And we're like, well, yeah, no shit. Our food products sucks. They're poison. We should demand to say, hey, listen, we want to support that they should import more of our food, but let's live up to their standards. Can we at least just live up to, it doesn't have to be Russia where there's no GMOs whatsoever, but can we at least live up to the standard of the EU? Like their quality? Can we not pump our cows full of shit, of hormones? Can we eradicate mad cow disease? Like, can we just do better? We don't need fucking 3-pound steaks. We need a half-pound nutrient-dense steak from a healthy cow. So the MAGA embracement, at least, of Maha is bullshit. And the fact that Maha, the people that was Robert F. Kennedy people who followed him over, are not up in arms about this fucking shit, just shows you why we can't get anything done here. This tribalism bullshit is, like, if you can't fucking see that, like, how is that not self-evident to anybody? We shouldn't be forcing our shit on other people. We should want other people to want our stuff. We should want other people to demonstrate in their countries, to demand their governments to lower profits because they want our products, because they are of such high quality that they want them. We shouldn't force our poison onto the world. It's fucking madness. Anyway, and last but not least, I just want a short comment here. Just so if I do post this, I could put Joe Rogan in the hashtag, right? Trump and Joe Rogan, then maybe some people will watch it. Anyway, so you know Kyle Kulinski, he has been I wouldn't say frequent guest, but he's certainly been on Joe Rogan more than once. As an individual and with Saga. Oh, not with Saga, but with was he on with Crystal? I do believe he was, but I'm not sure about that. But either way, he's certainly been on there twice as an individual, and they sounded like they also texted, privately. And after Trump's election, or actually after he had Trump on his podcast, Kyle has gone on this ex-girlfriend kind of vendetta against, and I have nothing against Kyle, just anyway, but it is a little ex-girlfriend like behavior. The way that he has gone after Joe Rogan, and it's just baffling to me. I mean, unless he got like a text from Rogan and said, "Hey man, I don't believe in you anymore, and I think you've been fucking me, and you're a grifter, or whatever, something like that." Then yeah, whatever. Then do whatever, right? But if that conversation hasn't happened, if he's still communicating with you, then why wouldn't you just offline send him information when he was getting information that wasn't, right? Like the amount of money that we have given compared to Europe and all that other shit to Ukraine and stuff like that. Not that Kyle would do that because he is against it. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't, instead of having this public, yeah, he is. It really is like an ex-girlfriend venting on X. Anyway, I thought it was strange because I thought I don't fucking know Joe Rogan. I don't know any of these people, right? But Joe Rogan seems like the kind of person that if you send him shit, if you talk to him and you're friends or friendly, and he takes, if he keeps giving you his new number, then I think you can send him shit and you can correct him. And then if he doesn't take the information, then you can do something. But I think that unless something happened off, where they had a fallout, then I think this was just a wasted opportunity to try to influence a podcast that has sadly, gotten too much political influence, mostly because I think that too much misinformation slips through the cracks. And I am going to make a video about the responsibility of large platforms to have some responsibility in getting to the truth. Anyway, this turned out to be 21 minutes, and it was a rambling. I hope I post this. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for listening if you made it this far. And yeah, come back again.